I want to tell you why you shouldn't be turned off strata titled properties. Hey guys, it's Eddie here from Deline Property. In this video, I want to show you today just some amazing properties that we picked up for clients, even ones that I've even bought myself. I guess basically tips, tricks, and strategies on what to look out for if you're going to buy one, because you can't always afford a massive house on a massive block of land. Just like the first ever property that I ever bought in my portfolio, that was a 2-bedroom unit and that was all I could afford, and you'll learn more about that in the book 30 Properties Before 30, which you can get for free. Jumping right into it today, this property that we picked up for literally $275,000 is what I call a low-set villa style townhouse. Now, this property we picked up is only about 10 minutes drive, 10, 12 minutes at the very max drive to the heart of Perth CBD. It's on the popular north side. It's close to shops, schools, amenities, train station. It actually had a tenant in there at the time of purchase that was already paying $425 per week. So if you do the math on that, that's about an 8% yield from day one. And we actually had rental appraisals from property managers that we have in Perth, and they said other ones are on the market right now for literally $500 to $520 per week. So if you go off the market value rent, because the rental market in Perth has gone up so much the last 2 years, if you go off $500 per week and the purchase price of just $275, it makes the yield literally a 9% gross rental yield, which is phenomenal. Now, you would never be able to find a house that is not like a property that's not strata titled get 9%, especially like a house that is like a family kind of style house, especially in a metro area, maybe in a regional, maybe in a mining town. But just like the strategy, as you hopefully know by now, that I stick to, buying properties that are under market value with growth and really good yields, this property ticks all the boxes. So this property is basically low set villa, so it's got its own little backyard, courtyard. What a villa style townhouse property and how it can be a really good, part of your portfolio is that you'll probably notice it's one level. You can pull your car up right out the front. It's got like a little side parking area, or many of these have like a little carport out the front. Then you literally get out of the car, you walk straight into the property, and there you're in the lounge room. Then you combined living, dining, and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got 2 bedrooms, and then laundry and outdoor back area as well, which is a little courtyard that is undercover. But you'd notice this one actually had a renovated kitchen as well. So the previous owners spent at least 10 to 12,000 renovating the kitchen of this property as well. They've renovated part of the bathroom as well. And they've just done some like touch-ups on paint and things like that. You can't see it all in some of these photos because this was a tenanted property, so it didn't have the really fancy marketing material that a lot of properties do when they're vacant or online. This property was a bargain. Other properties that were similar in the area that were selling and have sold, they were selling for literally $330, $350, $380 in the same location. So we bought this at least $60,000 under what other ones were going for. Now, this as well as what I would call is being under replacement cost, because if you speak to a builder, if you speak to anyone that sells brand new properties, the construction cost alone for this property would be more than $275. The bricks, the timber, the tiles, everything, the internals, the earthworks, you couldn't even build this property for $275. But we've pretty much got the property, and on top of it, you probably noticed that there's only about 6 or 8 in this actual complex as well. So what does that mean? It means that there's no massive strata fees. The strata fees, or the body corporate, which they sometimes call them, by memory, was less than $2,000 per year. So it's less than about $500 a quarter. That includes your building insurance as well. That includes your actual building comprehensive insurance, like your public liability, in case there was a fire or a flood or anything like that. This property as well is not in a flood zone, fire zone, anything like that. You're 10 minutes to the city. You're below replacement costs. The yield is massive. As part of building a portfolio, if you're going to try to aim for, let's say, 10 properties, I say this to many clients, you might have 10 properties, 4 of them might be houses, 3 of them might be villas or townhouses like this, and then you might have 2 or 3 units as well. So you've got to diversify the types of properties that you buy in your portfolio, because you can't just always buy houses that have 5% yields or 4% yields. You've got to diversify with properties like this that have massive 8, 9% yields and that are affordable. Sometimes you can't even get in suburbs like this. If you're one of those investors that say, I only want to buy a 4 or 5 bedroom house with multiple bathrooms, and you wanted to buy in this area, you'd be spending like $900,000 for the house. And then that property would only maybe rent out for $800 a week. So what is that yield? You've got to ask yourself. It's probably 4%. Whereas this property right here, it's like 9% yield. So you're still neutral to positive cash flow, even despite the massive interest rates that we have at the moment. Like, let's say your average interest rate now is 6.5%, let's round it up to 7%. So you've got an interest rate of 7% right now. This property from day one was already at 8% yield. So your yield is above your interest rate. So you've got a percent in there to pay for council rates and water rates and all that kind of stuff. But then a moment that rent goes from 425 to 500, and it could go for more than that, but let's just assume you only increase it to 500, but other ones are on the market for 520, 540, you'd be getting a 9.4% yield. So then your yield would be 9.4 and your interest rate would be 7%. So you've still got 2.4% buffer in there. I personally believe a property like this should not be overlooked. I personally believe, and I've used these, I bought hundreds and thousands of these over the years for myself or for clients. I own probably 30 or 40 properties at least that look identical to this. And these ones here, particularly in the villa style, townhouse style, are very popular with owner occupiers, and they're very easy to resell as well. Metro location, by memory, this was about 10 to 12 minute drive from Perth, but literally only about 7 kilometers from the CBD of Perth. Very good location. That's a little bit about this property. If you have any questions, comment below, send us an email, give us a call. I would love to show you through some more amazing properties that we pick up every single day for clients. Look forward to chatting to you soon. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.